Yo, what's going on, everybody? You already know it's Free Will back again. It's the Random Question Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, do that for me before we get into it. But random question: Who asked? Which one of you niggas asked for a Good Times reboot? Somebody answer this, cause I think nobody was looking for this. Who asked for this? Now, before I judge, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna watch the trailer. Um, I don't know if y'all heard this yet or if you seen the show. I got introduced to it by my wife. She was at the house. She saw it on Netflix, but I didn't hear a rollout for this. I didn't see no promo for this. But it seems that Steph Curry is responsible for this. He's the guy. That's who we should blame for this. That's what they saying. But yeah, Good Times reboot, and they have it animated. But let's check out this reboot right quick. Hold on. Let's watch this trailer. Yeah, before we do that, let's look into this right quick. Good Times returns to Apartment 17C, an animated reboot that pushes boundaries. Okay. Is that Elon Musk in there? Okay. Okay, Good Times coming to Netflix April 12th. It's also executive produced by Stephen Curry, Lear, and Seth McFarlane. Okay, that's a cold combination. Wonder what Steph had to do. What was he interested in recreating this? Yeah, look at this shit here. And you got Black Jesus in there, Black Angels. That's what's up, man. Now, I'm not gonna judge it all the way. I haven't seen the trailer yet, and it is cartoons. You know, you watch stuff like the Cleveland Show. What's the damn what the show that Cleveland come from with Peter? Damn, I forgot the name of that show. Y'all could tell I don't watch TV that much, but yeah, but this is the cast. Like, who are the voice actors in Good Times cast? You got JB Smoove, Jay Farrow, Marseille Martin, Sling Johnson, Sheeta. It ain't a bad cast. Norman Lear, legendary producer, man. So I'm not gonna be mad at it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people mad. But we're gonna get into that. But first we're gonna watch this trailer. And we're gonna react to it. We're gonna take it in. See what the hell going on. What Steph Curry got going on. Alright.
This is from a fool who stares at his orange juice every morning.
It says concentrate on the box. Who the dummy now? Me for not wearing a condom. Shadows fall over my heart. It all started with my grandfather, James Evans. My job as the man of this house is to take care of this family, no matter what. I just want to let you know, I'm going to take good care of Gray. Gray, who is this about to kill?
Juan, my boyfriend. Daddy, let him go.
Baby, you should come with me.
Junior's repeating the 10th grade for the third time.
Is there anything you can suggest to help him get to the drive-thru?
Can you do OnlyFans? Take off your let me see what kind of feet you working with.
I'll take you to the dark side.
Dear Black Heavenly Father, Colored Redeemer, if you could just help us.
Son, it's for you.
New phone. Who this?
All black, everything. At least they ain't got that drug dealing baby under my roof no more.
Man, my mouth ready for some milk right now.
Dalvin, why are you so breathless? It's childish, man.
Bruh, I'm a baby. I can't get no more childish than that.
In a nocturnal state of mind.
Your neighborhood is a real hole. It's the system. They put the guns and drugs on the streets.
Underneath this black sky. This is getting dangerous. I won't just sit back and let you put yourself in harm's way. I love you too very much. Everything black.
Revolution.
Pause, can't you just enjoy this? Black bird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything black.
We're just as good as the Evans of old.
Isn't that just dynamite?
But the truth is, we're the Evans of new.
You look like money.
Everything black.
What about the struggle?
We're black. It'll be here tomorrow.
Everything black. Black bird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything black.
Wow. Okay. I see. Okay, that was the trailer. As you can see, it's very action packed. Like this show, I feel like it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing how it plays out with the public. But let's see what some of these other people had to say about it. Let's see how the people are reacting to this. Because I see that Stephen A. Smith says something and Dr. Umar. Hold on. Stephen A. first. Let's see. Stephen A. funny.
Compelled to really address. One of them involves, believe it or not, Mr. Steph Curry, star of the Golden State Warriors. Good Times, if you recall, centered on the Evans family who live in Chicago's Cabrini Green housing project. And now it has an animated reboot on Netflix. The series premiered on April 12th, and it is executive produced by Steph Curry. If I don't look happy, there's a reason. And the reason would be is because I saw an opening scene where an animated black character was in the shower talking to a cockroach. A baby was a drug dealer. One of the times, two people were talking in the kitchen and a little fly was running around. That's what I saw. I'm a huge fan of Good Times. James Evans Sr., JJ, Thelma with her fine self. Remember her? Oh, if you know anything, but some of these shows like The Jeffersons, Archie Bunker, Sanford and Son, and of course, Good Times. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, are you kidding me? An infant who sells crack? An infant who sells crack. When was that ever a part of Good Times? It's a real.
Hold up for a second. Do y'all remember that Dave Chappelle joke? When Dave Chappelle said he was riding through the hood and he said he ran into a baby that was selling crack. It was a joke. Now, I don't know if people were being too sensitive and emotional about these things. Like people be going too far with their criticism of animated TV shows. The reason they do animated is because they can get away with a lot of things. They can do the jokes that they can't get away with in a real sitcom, real life sitcom. But they use the animation so they can do so. Just like South Park, certain shows like that, they go real far when they mimic certain people and they make jokes. It's easily to digest when it's a cartoon instead of real life. But anyway, I just wanted to add that in there.
Reboot. Thelma herself spoke out against this. I never believed in my wildest dreams ever have anything to complain about involving Steph Curry. Steph Curry.
Who put him up to this?
I mean, the paragon of virtue. One of the greatest role models we've ever seen in the history of sports. One of the best people you could ever meet. But we also know he didn't grow up in the projects. His father was an NBA player.
That's why people mad.
And I don't know who the hell told him, Seth McFarlane, or anybody else there, that this was okay. Seth MacFarlane, remember, he's the Family Guy creator. And I got to look at that.
Family Guy.
I'm thinking
that's
about the
name
original
of
Good
it.
Times executive producer, Norman Lear. He passed away earlier this year, by the way. Who the hell signed off on this? Were there black writers in the room?
Had to be.
Did you have diversity in there? Did somebody tell you who this was okay?
I'm
If
sure.
they are, I want to know who they are. I want names. I want faces. Who told you that was okay?
All right.
I want to know.
All right. Okay, let me see what else he had to say.
Because the shit ain't okay. I know it's animation. I know we embellish. I know we live in an age where everything ain't fair. It's crime, it's pestilence, it's all of these things. And yes, it's absolutely true from the standpoint, roaches, rats, etc., etc. I grew up around a little bit of that, actually a lot of that. And if you're poor and desolate, chances are that's a part of your experience too. I've never seen it depicted in a sitcom, though, animated or otherwise. This is the first. And I never thought in my wildest dreams that Steph Curry himself would have something to do with something like this. Now, of course, Steph Curry was asked about the show at a press conference at the Chase Center last Friday.
Yeah, what did he
Here's
say?
what he had to say.
Okay.
Good Times, everybody knows what it is. And it's on a pedestal of shows that represent Black culture, Black social commentary, Black family. This is a different take on that. So the name will ring, but an animated series that's kind of driven towards the adult audience. It's a little different. And so you take that for what it is. And I would not be watching with my kids, but I think it has a little something for everybody. Well, for the right audience, for sure. Respectfully, Steph Curry, that's insulting. Respectfully. Now, Steph Curry is not somebody to be condemned because he's class personified as one of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. But nobody's flawless, and clearly he just proved that. I mean, when you think about it, this is a different take on that, so the name will ring, but an animated series that's kind of driven towards the adult audience. Well, why would you use Good Times? And why would Good Times be associated with a baby being a drug dealer and talking to roaches in the shower?
Okay. Look like he's stuck on the roach thing and the baby drug dealer, but it's more to the show than that. But I see where it's coming from. I wouldn't say offensive. I would say I don't know, off balance a little bit, maybe. But you know, it's TV, man. You get what you get. Like, I don't see people complaining about hip hop artists talking about these things, you know what I'm saying? But I guess when you have imagery and animation and stuff like that, it does kind of attract young people. And but I don't know. I'm not gonna be mad about it because it's all a game anyway. Yeah, but let's see what somebody else had to say about it. Let's see. Get Thelma.
The debut of the animated version of Good Times. I read in the Hollywood Reporter that the character Reggie in the show was singing the original Good Times song with a cockroach.
What did you think when you first heard that they were going to be doing this? And I know you have a small when you heard that they were going to be doing this.
Well, I was very excited, and I had no idea, what it was or what was going to happen. So I must say this though, Jimmy Walker did contact Norman's office in 2020, and he pitched a Good Times cartoon, which would include all of us except for Esther Roll. And we didn't hear anything back from them, but a few months later, or I think 6 months later, they came up and said they have a cartoon. Sony said they had a cartoon coming. And so so my manager called up Norman's office to see if we were included. I mean, if you're going to do that, let us know. So they said, oh no, it's going to be generations later, and it's going to be like progressive or whatever. And but Brent Miller loves us very much, loves me and Jimmy. I know that. And so he said, but I can give you a small role in there because it's about a new generation. So I have my little role is called Peaches. I'm one of the project women who are fighting for the rights, that kind of thing. And Jimmy has a small role too. But that's all that was said. But when I did see it, it looked like we were still in the project, and the things that were said, and it wasn't quite what I know Esther Rowe would agree to. So it kind of, took me back a little bit on that.
Well, Bernadette, what I found really interesting there is that you were told, when the Norman you were referring to, for those that are Norman Lear, who was the executive producer of the original, but you said that you were told it was going to be a cartoon and that it was going to be progressive. That's exactly the criticism, is that it doesn't feel progressive at all. And you do mention the late, great Esther Roll, who played your mom on the show, and that it wouldn't be something she's proud of. It's just weird that they said to you that it was going to be progressive, but that's exactly what it doesn't feel like.
I was a bit disappointed because it really was not a reflection of the good times that we know. So when you see something that actually is not progressive, it kind of brings you back into the projects 2 generations later. So Thelma had a baby. What happened to that baby? I wanted to be a surgeon. I guess I was. JJ was a famous artist. So you have positive images generations before that. And then all of a sudden you see this, I'm not knocking it because I don't know what the whole show is going to be. Maybe they'll lean it more back, back to a more positive situation. But when you have the name Good Times on top of that, our audience for 40 or 50 years have been really in our corner. They've always supported us. So they were disappointed that they didn't have it more progressive.
Have they said anything to you, Bernadette? Have the producers explained this to you? Have they said anything about the way it turned out?
Absolutely not.
Interesting. And I know that part of the criticism that people expected more, that Steph Curry and Seth McFarlane are executive producing. Obviously, Norman Lear has passed. But I don't know.
This is going to be interesting.
Look like they pulled a fast one on the original cast. Man, they said JJ came up with the idea, but they went behind his back and created this show without him. That's interesting. I ain't know that much. I ain't Steph Curry. I ain't know you moving like that. But I'm sure you ain't the main culprit. I'm sure you got influence to do this, because it's not. I'm sure you're not writing. So for what reason did they put your name on the project? That's the question. And the way he explained it, Stephen A. Smith said his explanation was kind of offensive, but I didn't take offense. But I do see where Stephen A. Smith coming from with that. And they also said this show is supposed to be the new generation, like the generations later, but they still in the project, they still in the hood. So it's like, are they starting off the season like this to lead up to them getting to better times or whatever? But the way the trailer look, man, it look like it's a lot of ratchet shit going on. Yeah, it look like a whole bunch of nonsense going on.
Good Times animated series can roll in. After voices involved in the new series, Sling Johnson and Yvette Nicole Brown defended the series. Stars of the original 1970s, like Hollywood Reporter, would recently catch up with John Amos, who portrayed James Evans for the first 3 seasons. He would go on to say that the new show will have a hard time living up to. Amos was famously fired from the show after protesting stereotypical content with Norman Lear and other staff writers. Both Amos and Esther Rowe, who played the matriarch, Florida Evans, would constantly go back and forth with the writers and producers over what they considered buffoonish behavior. When the Hollywood Reporter asked Amos for his thoughts on the new series, he said, "I really can't form an opinion as I've not seen any of the episodes yet. Norman and the entire cast encompass that level of entertainment and education. I wish them the best. I see people aspiring in an animated version." Now, the Hollywood Reporter not only wants reboot, they also got the opportunity to speak with Bernadette Stannis, who played Amos's daughter, Thelma Evans. During her interview, Stannis would mention that she hasn't seen the trailer for the animated version yet, but was aware of the mixed reviews involving it. In the end, Stannis stated she understood the confusion from some fans, as they may think that the original cast was associated with this new update. Probably a lot of people don't know how Hollywood works. A lot of times you use a certain name to open the door for a new show. That could be what it is, but I'm sure a lot of people will be a little confused at first because they have to think that it's us. They think, "Oh my God, that's got to be Thelma, JJ." Stannis would also add a voice in the new show, little here and there. But I think they did that because they knew what their show was going to be like. However, from the comments, they clearly still hold the original series in a high regard.
James. He ain't really go in on the show. He just, he explained like, he don't know if it's gonna live up to the hype. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Thelma still look good. She still look. I don't even know how old she is, but she still look nice. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to the whole cast. Shout out to the original cast. But we gonna see how this thing play out, man. Too hard on it. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know how Hollywood work. Cat Williams said it himself, man. The devil can't create. He just, copy, and just reproduce and remake. That's what he does. So it's like, y'all see what's happening. They just take from us and they put a spin on it, put a remix, put whitewash it, put a new face on it. But when they using our faces, they make sure they keep the negativity in front of us. They make sure they keep us at you know, a low class image on the screen. They make sure they show us that, because he who controls images control minds. You know what I'm saying? That's real.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard him. But yeah, man. I think that's about it, man. Y'all watch the show for yourself. Watch the trailer. Let me know what you think. Go watch it. Leave me a comment. Come back to this video and we can discuss it. But I'm gonna watch a full episode and then I will come back and let y'all know if it's really as bad as they say. But I kind of want to see this. Oh man, hello. Oh man, I kind of want to see this. Did what they mad about. Come on, man. Oh shit, y'all remember Joe's apartment? Anyway, with the roaches all that. Yeah, I want to see this nigga singing to the roach. And Carlos Miller and them got a show called The Roach Motel. It's animated. And that's jokes. It's funny. So I think Shoot, I'm not gonna tell nobody not to feel a way about something, but you know, because you can't tell people how to feel. You don't know what people have been through. You don't know what people experiences in life. So I'm just gonna say, just watch yourself, take some deep breaths, and don't take life too serious because it's all a game. But if you're fighting for a specific purpose and you got reasons and your mission is to make sure things are balanced and in proper order, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. But I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna end it with the Good Times theme song. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out in classical fashion. You feel me? I did watch the show. Like when I was a kid, I didn't watch it, but as I got older, you know, I look back and watch the show. Close it out with this song here.
From Television City in Hollywood.
Yeah. But y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe. Appreciate you for watching. It's the Random Question Show. I am your host, Will. If you want to support, I have a link to my store in the bio. I mean, in the description. Make sure you hit that link. Make sure you go support, buy a shirt, buy a hat. You can get this gratitude hat. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the site. Appreciate y'all for watching. It's been cool. Shout out to Good Times. Shout out to the reboot. We're gonna see how it go. Well, peace. Y'all enjoy your day. You got it.